Whenever a man talks, leaves keep spewing out of his mouth. The man is terrified. What's going on? Just yesterday, Jack's house suddenly grew a magical tree out of thin air. There were exactly 1,000 leaves hanging from it. The master told Jack, every time you say a word, a leaf will fall off the tree. Once all the leaves have fallen off, your life will come to an end. Jack didn't believe it, so he said a rap.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, ribs.
Jack was amazed. In order not to be controlled by the tree, he was about to cut the tree with an axe. The same wound appeared on his waist. It turned out that his life was already connected to the tree, since he couldn't speak, so Jack wrote down what he had to say. But with each word he wrote, a leaf fell from the tree as well. Jack was completely dumbfounded. As a chatterbox, Jack was having a hard time keeping his mouth shut. He went to the coffee shop to buy a cup of coffee. With his hands he gestures, I'll have the number 3 coffee. The shop assistant gave him 3 cups. Jack was in a hurry. A lot of gesturing. He ended up buying a whole lot of stuff. Jack was speechless. A blind man was trying to cross the street. He asks Jack if he could pass now, but the pavement is red. As Jack can't speak, all he can do is
Thanks, Belt.
grunt. Luckily, it was all right in the end, but then came the trouble. He was at a parenting class with his son. All the parents were singing. Jack was the only one who opened his mouth and didn't make a sound, but the teacher caught him. He was asked to sing alone.
Swish, swish, swish.
As the leaves fell, Jack's heart was bleeding. Coming to the office, Jack was suddenly twisting and turning in public. It turned out to be 2 squirrels playing in a tree. The last time Jack was asked to talk to a client on the phone about a project, Jack, who couldn't speak, suddenly came up with an idea.
Hello?
Yeah, baby.
To have a bunch of toys brought in. The deal was done. When he got home in the evening, Jack didn't say a word. His wife became suspicious. Are you not in love with me anymore? Why didn't you want to say anything to me? This is the end. Explaining to a woman. I can't explain to a woman without a few hundred sentences. The leaves would be gone by then. Seeing that Jack was still silent, the wife got angry and took the children back to her mother's house. In order to break the curse, Jack decided to do something good. So he bought a bunch of bread and gave it to the homeless man. But it didn't help. He went to the nuns and donated a Rolex. The result was the same. Doing many good deeds. The little girl's cat was trapped in a tree. Jack was determined to help rescue her. Almost broke his bones, but it still didn't help. Jack was desperate. After all the fuss, the leaves are few and far between. There were few words left for him to say. He knew he was dying. He decided to do something meaningful before he died. So he found his
Eternity.
As the leaves fall from the trees, Jack turned away. To the coffee shop, he gave the out-of-print record. He gave it to the man who ordered it for him every day. Then Jack visited his mother. He wanted to leave his parents with a few last There were only 3 last words left. Jack went to his father's grave. This would be his final resting place too. He said I love you to his father. Just as he said it, the sky suddenly flashed with lightning and thunder. As the last 3 leaves fell from the trees, Jack passed out too. I don't know how long it took. Jack was awakened by the phone ringing. The friend on the other end of the line told him the tree had miraculously come back to life. The tree had grown green and full of leaves, and beautiful flowers were blooming. Jack had also been reborn. It was his sincerity that broke the curse. Life has always been so quiet and beautiful. He just didn't stop to feel and listen.